You sit at your kitchen table on a Sunday night, an alcohol wipe in one hand and a semaglutide pen in the other. You clean a spot on your stomach, press the injector to your skin, and tell yourself this is temporary. It is a bridge between the body you have now and the one you plan to keep on your own later. That is the picture most people carry around. Ozempic as the modern cheat code. 1 weekly shot. Less hunger. The scale drops. Problem solved. Clinical, controlled, oddly ordinary, like weight loss has been turned into a household chore. But that is not what this drug was built for. Semaglutide was first approved by the FDA in December 2017 as Ozempic to improve blood sugar control in adults with type 2 diabetes. It was a diabetes medication years before it became famous for weight loss. Then, off-label demand exploded, and by 2022, the FDA's shortage database was listing injectable semaglutide products as scarce. You need to realize this was never a vanity drug, and its sudden popularity collided head-on with the people who already depended on it. And if you believe it is a miracle, consider this. Not whether the scale moves while you're on it, but what happens the moment you stop. So does semaglutide reduce body weight? Yes. In the 2021 Step 1 trial, adults with overweight or obesity who took weekly semaglutide alongside lifestyle counseling lost about 14.9% of their body weight over 68 weeks. The placebo group, given the same counseling, lost about 2.4%. That is a real effect that cannot be denied. What gets left out of the sales pitch is the setting behind those numbers. Structured trials, counseling, follow-up visits, a medication taken continuously for more than a year. The version people absorb online skips all of that scaffolding. You can feel the cost of that gap at the pharmacy counter. In 2022 and 2023, reporters documented diabetic patients arriving to refill semaglutide prescriptions and being told the drug was out of stock. Some rationed doses. Some switched medications. Imagine someone with type 2 diabetes going home without the medicine their routine depended on. Now comes the really bad part. In the 2022 Step 1 extension, researchers followed participants after they stopped taking semaglutide. Within roughly a year of stopping, they had regained about 2/3 of the weight they had lost. Not all of it, but most of it. The loss is real while treatment continues, but maintaining it after treatment ends is a different question. Safety complicates the picture further. The most common side effects in trials and prescribing information are gastrointestinal, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, usually worse during dose escalation. Unpleasant, most people conclude, but manageable. The more serious concerns sit elsewhere. Ozempic's FDA label carries a boxed warning tied to thyroid C-cell tumors seen in rodent studies, though the risk in humans remains unconfirmed. The label also bars use in anyone with a personal or family history of medullary thyroid carcinoma or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Is the balance purely negative? No. In 2023, the SELECT trial found semaglutide cut major adverse cardiovascular events by about 20% compared with placebo in adults with overweight or obesity and existing cardiovascular disease. That is a real, measured benefit in a high-risk group. It still doesn't answer what happens many years into continuous use, a question researchers themselves say remains open. For most patients, the weight loss only holds while they keep taking the drug, because stopping it reverses most of the lost weight within about a year, which means semaglutide behaves less like a one-time fix and more like a lifelong maintenance medication, similar to insulin or blood pressure pills. It's not a one-time cure, but a lifelong dependence. So go back to the kitchen table. The wipe, the pen, the small pause before the shot. At the start, you pictured that ritual as a short phase on the way to a weight you would eventually keep on your own. The evidence says otherwise. The weekly shot is essential. This was never a bridge. It will be same ritual every Sunday for the rest of your life.